In this video, you're going to be learning about the fact that no one's perfect, no one does everything perfect first time, and that you need to embrace your imperfections. Welcome back to another video. I'm Maximilian and I help people empower their lives. And this video, this is Mental Health Awareness Week, and I want to just spread as much light, spread the awareness, and just spread a message about mental health. And a lot of the time, we judge ourselves due to our imperfections. Now, we all have flaws. All have different flaws. Yours will be different to mine, yours will be different to your parents, your siblings, your friends. Everyone has different flaws, and it's how we value our flaws is how we value ourselves. So for me, I see my flaws as your little quirks. We're all unique, we're all different, and that's the way I see it. So I've got an extra rib. I see it as just one of those things. It doesn't make me look that good at all, but I use it as just a spare rib. It's pretty cool. I see it as pretty cool, and I see all of my flaws as imperfections, but I see my imperfections as unique. And if you're the same as everyone else, then that's boring. At the end of the day, imagine everyone in the world did the same job. They look the same, they smelt the same, they talk the same, they like the same things. The world would be grey. It would be so boring. There would be no diversity. It would literally just be one thing. So understand that your imperfections can even be used in the future as a message. And this is what I say about your message. So when you're going through hard times, if it's self-image and then you end up going to the gym, you start losing the weight, you get into really good shape, you can use that. This is what I was before, so you have an advantage above someone who's got really good genes. Because someone who's got really good genes, they've always been fit and healthy and really good. But someone who's gone from overweight, really struggling, couldn't lose weight, and they lost weight, and then they become a personal trainer, you'd much rather go through their process because they know how you feel. You can get on their level and understand that I know exactly how it feels to be overweight. I know exactly how it feels to feel self-hate towards yourself because you don't like the way that you look. So just love your flaws, love everything about them, and potentially see them as a message in the future which you can use, and just embrace them. Now, that's the thing, you can't do things about your physical appearance other than get cosmetic surgery. And some people, they get it. I wouldn't say don't get it. I say if you want to get it and you really are, then do whatever you feels right. I'm not advocating it at all. I'm not saying go and get it because everyone's beautiful, everyone's perfect in their own way, but it's how you value it. And if you see it that this is going to kill you for the rest of your life, you're going to be struggling and it's really going to be painful and there's no other way out, then I highly recommend loving yourself first, doing the self-love, embracing everything, accepting it, and the cards you've been dealt are the cards that you've got, and you can't do anything about that. You can either change it or accept it, and if you can't change it, you have to accept it. So understand that you can accept anything, but it's all about the way you perceive it. If you perceive it in a way that it's a hindrance to your life and you're not going to like it and it's going to ruin your life for the rest of your life, then that's how you're going to see it forever. Whereas if you see it the way that I did it with my anxiety, was when people used to look at me, I used to think, oh God, they're thinking, what do they reckon they're saying about me? And I used to constantly throw this stuff in my head and make it even worse in my head. And then it took me to a point where I watched a Wayne Dyer video and he was saying how his mum would always say the fact that she would just tell herself how amazing she was. And when people would look at me, I'd be like, oh, they probably think I'm cool, they probably think I'm smart, they probably think I'm good looking, they probably think I'm this, they probably think I'm that. And I would, rather than saying disempowering things, I'd say empowering things. Until now, when people look at me, that's just my natural set point. And that's not being arrogant because you're not saying it to other people, you're saying it to yourself just to boost your self-esteem, to boost your confidence. And I think this is very important just for the part of self-love completely. So allow yourself, allow your imperfections to be perfect. You're perfectly imperfect. That is how I see it. Everyone is perfectly imperfect. Everyone is imperfectly perfect. We're all each end of the scales. That's what we are. We're both end of the scales. And if you can understand and grasp the fact that no one will be perfect, there is not one perfect person in this world. There's not one perfect person. Because, for example, the person that I will find attractive might be perfect in my eyes. She'll be the exact image. That's exactly what I want. She wants to have the type of mindset, the way she looks, all the things added up. That'll be my perfect girl. Whereas you, whether you're a guy or a girl, your perfect guy, your perfect girl will be completely different to what I find attractive. And that is where everyone's different, everyone's unique, and we all have different opinions, we all have different thoughts, and we all have different ways we look. And that's why the world is so good. That's why the world is so unique and diverse. So don't allow yourself to be imperfect, be perfectly imperfect, and love yourself for it. So nothing is done right the first time. I can guarantee you anything, even people that have a random anomaly, they're never normally that, they can be good at things. But for example, driving a car, when you first got in a car, there's so much going on. You've got to put your foot on the clutch, you've got to put it into first gear, then you've got to take your foot off the clutch, slowly give it some accelerator, hold on, check your mirrors. And all of that at first is overwhelming, and it just takes a time to learn it. And it's like with self-love, it is a skill at the end of the day. Confidence is a skill. All of these things are skills that you can learn. No one is born confident. Well, everyone's born confident, but we disempower ourselves through the stories that we tell ourselves, from environment, through people, all these type of different things. So you can learn confidence, you can learn self-love, you can learn happiness, you can learn depression. So everything that you think and feel is a learned behaviour. Now, I'm not saying that this is anyone's fault, I'm not saying this is your fault, I'm just saying your environment and how you perceive things is how you live. So work on your self-love. That is the biggest thing, especially for this week. I'm going to probably talk a lot about self-love. I haven't decided all the other videos, I sort of just do it on a whim, but it's all about self-love, and that is the underlying thing for depression. When you speak to someone, the amount of people I speak to, they want this, they want that, they want this, they want that, because they feel lack in their life. They feel that they need the approval. They feel like they don't love themselves enough to be able to do what they want to do, have what they want to have, be who they want to be, because they don't love themselves. And if you don't love yourself, then you're never gonna have the confidence to go and speak to that guy or that girl, because you'll think that they're just gonna bin you off or whatever. Just no, I don't want to talk to you, anything like that. And you'll always think the worst case scenario in your head. And normally when you speak to someone and you're coming from that state of nervousness, it makes them feel uncomfortable. So that is likely why they would ever say no if they did. And that's not saying that you're ugly, that's not saying that you're useless, that's not saying that you're fat, that's not saying that the way that you look or the way that you are. It's just the feeling and the emotion that you're in at that state of time, that period of time. How you're feeling can resonate on someone else, and this is just how dogs pick up frequencies of how people are feeling. And if you're around a vicious dog, or you're around a lion or something like that, like I don't know lions, I don't know any lions personally, but apparently if you're around lions, they can pick up or snakes, they can pick up your frequency of how you're feeling. If you're very nervous around them, they'll feel the nerves and they'll bite you, because they don't want to feel the nerves as well. They resonate with it. So people can pick up your nerves and how you're feeling. So don't allow it to be at your detriment where you're not loving yourself. So this is before anything, before I do absolutely anything, I would advocate to everyone, anyone that's watching this video, self-love, research it, live it, breathe it, go to bed with a book, sleep on a book, whatever it is. Literally face first in a book when you're driving, well, not when you're driving, when you're on a train, put your face in a book, listen to stuff about self-love, listen to people who have gone from depression to self-love, listen to people who have gone from anxiety to self-love. All of these things are possible. It's a learned behavior. Self-love is a learned behavior. You have to train yourself enough times to love yourself. It works with affirmations. When you use the affirmation enough times, your brain's like, all right, I love myself, I get it, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself. And if you say it enough, it just takes a bit of time. And the more you do it, the quicker it will happen. So if you do it for 10 hours, if you practice self-love every day for 10 hours, give yourself 1 month and you'll be pretty good at it. It's like if you practiced driving a car for 10 hours a day for a month, you'd be pretty good at driving a car by the end of the month. So what you practice the most is the thing that portrays into your life. And if you're practicing anxiety, you're practicing depression, you're practicing a mental health issue, then you're going to be good at having this mental health issue. So if you allow yourself to be good at self-love, you allow yourself to be good at confidence, at whatever it is you want to be good at, over time, it will come. It will work. It just takes the initial part of getting started, getting it done, and just understanding that it's a skill. It's a skill, it's a learned behavior, it just takes a bit of time. So, thank you for watching this video. I'm very grateful for you for watching this video, and if you like it, please like the video, give it an old thumbs up, and if you want to subscribe, if you like me, that would be quite nice if you could subscribe. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, you want to ask me a question, please follow me on Instagram, the link's in the bio. But have an amazing day, keep on smiling, and I'll see you on the next video.